Mm. Well, hello there. It is I, Pap Johnson. I was up doing a television interview. I thought the Nancast would drop, but it didn't. So I'm going to give y'all my own little spiel. I've been moved today because I'm just fed up with the Stephen A versus LeBron, or the LeBrons, I should say, fiasco. Let's just get into it. If you don't know, Stephen A and LeBron James have been going, I want to say back and forth, but it was really just one person backpedaling, backpedaling, backpedaling on some host shit. Now, Stephen A went on First Take, his national television show on ESPN, and had the audacity, the gall to say, I'm pleading with you, LeBron James, as a father, get your son out of the NBA. He doesn't belong here. Which I found pretty ridiculous, because no one begged George Karl's son, to be pulled out the NBA. No one has actually ever pleaded with a father to have their son stop making millions of dollars because they were getting they ass busted. And the reality is, Tyrese Maxey busts everybody's ass. That's where it came from. Tyrese Maxey went for like 40 or 50 points against the Los Angeles Lakers. Bronny got the majority of those buckets. Then Stephen A. Smith went on air and acted like this was the worst player he had ever seen in the NBA. As if we had never seen Anthony Bennett, the number one pick in the draft, play basketball. As if we have been watching those two French guys whose names we don't even know anymore get drafted 1 and 2 out of nowhere. I find it pretty ridiculous that it's such a problem for Bronny James to be weak his rookie year, as if we've never seen rookies, specifically in the second round, the 55th pick, be weak in the NBA. This is unprecedented. We're in unprecedented territory right now. We've never seen second round picks be weak in the NBA, according to Stephen A. Smith, to the point you got to plead with their fathers to get them off the court. Stop the charade. So naturally, LeBron James, the GOAT, the all-time points leader, the 4-time NBA champion, the 20-year veteran, the kid from Akron, took a little offense to that. Stephen A. Smith was feeling himself. He had just signed a $100 million contract. So he decided he was going to come to crypto, watch the Knicks versus the Lakers. He's going to walk up in that man's house after disrespecting him and his son, and was shocked that he got, I don't want to say confronted, because that's a coded word. What happened was, we always talk about handle it like a man. Don't take it to Twitter. Don't talk through other people. When you see me, stand on business. This is what Stephen A always says. I said what I said. Now I got an open door policy. Anybody could come to ESPN, sit down, and we'll have a conversation. Well, crypto, the NBA, is LeBron James's first take. Stephen A. Smith was there. He is sitting 4 seats away from LeBron James. He's basically on the bench. I don't know if Stephen A. Smith thought Larry David was going to save him. I guess he thought the WME head was going to save him. But LeBron James looked over during a timeout that he was not involved in. Let's stop saying that he left a timeout. He was sitting on the bench. He was resting. Not a part of it at all. Saw Stephen A. Smith. Walked up to him. Had a talk, man to man. And he let him know exactly how he felt. Now, in that moment, Stephen A. Smith did not utter a word. He sat there. My bad. He stood there and didn't say a word. Quiet. The first time in a long time that we've seen Stephen A. Smith shut his mouth. Shocking, right? Then he went on First Take and he said he understood why LeBron James did that. And he didn't want to talk about it any further because he understood that he wasn't talking to a basketball player. He was talking to a father. And he understood as a father where LeBron James was coming from. Next thing you know, everybody in the media took Stephen A's side. Somehow LeBron James is wrong for talking to that man face to face, not through everybody else, but face to face. Squashing it. I'm guessing in his mind, squashing it. How we say men should squash things. How a human being, let's just leave it out, as a human being, if we got issues, we're supposed to talk it out. Now, if you don't got nothing to say when I see you, I assume that it's dead. Not the case. Not the case with old Stephen A. Smith, because he took himself to Gil's Arenas. Now, we all love Gil's Arenas, but this missed the mark because Stephen A. Smith got into his bag. He got loud. He started capitulating stuff. I don't even know what that means. But he was out there capitulating. He called it BS, cowardice. How does talking to somebody face to face become cowardice? He could have called me. Apparently, Mav, Rich Paul, and a bunch of people from LeBron James's team reached out to Stephen A. Smith with no response. He got nothing to say about that. All you gotta do is pick up the phone Well, Kobe wouldn't have did that. He wouldn't embarrass me and talk to me like that in front of people. LeBron James, as we know, is not Kobe Bryant. We know this for a fact. And in all reality, who cares what Kobe Bryant would have done? You got to deal with what's happening to you and what this man is doing right now. And you didn't do that. You shut up, you took the scolding, and then you acted like Smokey the next day. Because when Debo is around, I be quiet. But when he leave, I be talking again. Stephen A., you are embarrassing yourself. But I guess because you got $100 million, you feel like you're on top of the world. But guess what? That's a billionaire confronting you. 6'9", 240. You might want to watch what you say because there's consequences and repercussions. And you clearly ain't learned the lesson because you was mouthing off on Gil's Arenas, and no one checked you. Why? Because everybody is in your pocket now. Everybody's trying to get on your team. And it's sad to see people go out like this because we talk so much on these platforms about standing on business and being able to talk to somebody face to face and handle it like men's. But here we are. Everybody got something to say until he in your face. Shannon, when I tell you Stephen A. Smith acted as if LeBron James was a T-Rex in Jurassic Park. He felt as if he didn't move, breathe, or say anything, that he would just go away. But when he felt that he was safe, oh my goodness. The energy was not the same. And I need somebody at the mouse to call that man out. Now, we seen videos of Richard Jefferson talking to LeBron James afterwards. And LeBron was like, hey, man, it's not about Bronny being criticized. Bronny's going to get criticized. I mean, he's a 55th pick. He's kind of ass in the NBA, pretty raw in the G League, which is crazy because how many other picks from this draft are averaging 20 points in the G League? How about we do some research? He's not above criticism. But what I know from parents, I'm shooting blanks, so I don't know nothing about this. All I know is that anytime a parent is criticized about their parenting, they crash out, as they should. I got to take care of this motherfucker. It don't matter how old you get. I'm 40. I'm still my mama's little boy. She called me shorty. I'm 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", in some Timberlands. So I gotta stop being a parent and let you talk shit to me because what? Because my son ain't hitting the marks that what? Michael Jordan's son is? Michael Jordan's son is in jail right now, right? He out here swerving, hitting the corner. Whoa. He out here marrying his ex-teammates. Come on, man. It's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And the sad thing is, it's very hypocritical to be like LeBron James is being sensitive. He can't take criticism. And then when he comes and criticizes you in your face, you spend the next week crying to anybody that will listen to you about how you're being done wrong. Now you at Gil's Arenas dressed like Martin in that one episode. Nigga, please. You got your nerve. And the cold thing is, you gonna catch another lesson. Because that was LeBron letting you off nice. He told you, cut the shit. And for about 45 minutes, it really hit you that you was in danger, girl. But you feel safe. I don't know what Larry David and WME told you, but they can't protect you from Pauls. Kenyon Martin can't come fight your battles. He older than Bron. Now, if you believe that Kenyon Martin can beat LeBron James, well on you. But if you really believe that Kenyon Martin's going to come fight for you, I think you sick in the head. So I had to talk about this because it's getting annoying now. I see everybody saying that LeBron James is wrong for talking to a man face to face. I feel like that is ho shit. I feel like LeBron handled it the way we always say men should handle it. He didn't put hands on him. He didn't rough him up. It didn't go to violence. He talked to him as a man, as a father. And somehow that's wrong. But the truth is, ever since LeBron James spoke about how the media is super negative, and that's the reason why no one wants to be the face of the NBA, they have been going out of their way to be extra negative because we're still not talking about basketball. We're not talking about the Los Angeles Lakers being in second place. I don't even know where they at right now. They on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to a good team and they lost to a sucky team. We're not talking about basketball. We're talking about everything outside of the actual game. And we wonder why people don't want to step into that spotlight. Who wants to be criticized for 20 years? LeBron James, he switched teams. He did this and that and that and that. Steph Curry, he needed Kevin Durant. Steph Curry is 37 years old. They still call him the babyface assassin. I don't know not one baby with a full-ass beard. Cut it out. Kevin Durant. Oh, he needed the Warriors to win. He go everywhere. These are the top 3 players in the NBA. These is GOATs. All-time greats. If they getting thrown under the bus like this, man. Jason Tatum won a championship. Now we saying he don't got no aura. We focus that he can't get on the court during the Olympics. They got that bald head. Let me calm down. It's just ridiculous. that y'all are upset that a person doesn't want to be scrutinized 24/7. That a kid that became a man and has reached the heights that he's reached is like, hey, man, enough of this bullshit. Because I know Stephen A. Smith got an ego because he's worked his way to the top. Now, why do you think that LeBron James, with all his accolades, all his accomplishments, shouldn't have an ego? Should let a 5'10" motherfucker that weigh 140 pounds talk shit to him on a daily basis. And then when he sees him, man, remember, LeBron is from Akron. He is not Will Smith. He is not going to move somewhere else when he gets into a confrontation. And we see how Will Smith handled his business later on in life. You're not going to keep taking these shots. You better duck. So, man, it's gonna get interesting. Because I really want to see if Stephen A. really got the cojones to step foot back in crypto. What's his energy going to be if that happens? Is he going to puff his chest out? Or is that back going to bend? Are them shoulders going to slump in? Is he going to start looking at the parquet? I'm proud of Bron. I ain't never had a son in my life except for my pug. And when I went bad on people, I know he was proud of me. You're not going to talk to my son like that. Could you imagine how Bronny feels? People saying he emasculated Bronny. What? I would love to see my daddy beat somebody's ass in the name of me. I don't give a fuck how old I am. I could be 70, that nigga could be 100. Beat his ass, daddy. We saw how they celebrated at the Oscars after the slap. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand why it needs to go this way. It happened. We talked about it. Let's move on. But I understand that the media wants to bash LeBron because if we see LeBron do this, maybe other players will do this with less control, with less class. Because Anthony Edwards is about to be a star, but he is a YN. Ja Morant is a YN. There's more YNs coming into this NBA. And the people in the media is starting to be around their age too. And you're gonna have to start protecting your neck because y'all be saying a lot of wild things. Charles Barkley, woo, boy. Boy, when LeBron see you, I know you about to run to the board. I see how Shaq be manhandling you, boy. We're gonna see if you got that same smoke. Cause you used to be the motherfucker like, hey, media, I'll beat your ass. Now look at you. Drunk on a Thursday night, falling asleep during games, criticizing and bashing everybody like you was a role model. It's wild. I will say that. So I'm glad I could get this off What you say? Okay, I see you. I see you. Yeah, it was done in public with the two, and that's what I'm saying. It was done in public. It wasn't like we would have to have them recant what was said and what was done. We saw it. We saw LeBron's energy. We saw Stephen A's energy. My feelings is that Stephen A is wrong because the way he's talking about it, he's acting like he's a victim. He's not a victim. Once you talk shit, you can be dealt with. And he wasn't even dealt with. He was just talked to. As we say, people should do. Let's have a conversation. Let's hash it out. Now, when you don't say nothing, when I'm there, but you got everything to say when I'm gone, you creating a bigger problem. And we could also see who you really are. It's how most 21 Savage songs start. Pussy. So maybe this is the peril we needed in this NBA season to get ready for the playoffs. We got March Madness coming up. We got an MVP race that no one's really talking about because SGA is running away with it. This is how we get to Easter. And I hope all things are forgiven by the time he has risen again. But something tells me in my heart of hearts that he gonna keep this going because this is gonna get eyeballs on him. This is how he got to 100 million. But this could also be how he loses 100 million. And I'm excited to see how this plays out. So until some more stupid shit happens, farewell.